Good day, everyone. Today is 2:06 p.m., 6th January 2017, and it's a Friday. It's finished for today. Before we start, we have to have the CFTC requirement where please be careful. There is a risk in the trading, and try to do as much as you can on a sim before you go live market. Today I want to cover those the market analyzer, which this market analyzers you can use it on a pips or on the futures or on the forex or on the stocks, and then there is an ATM. It can take the same entry, or you can do it on the bar close, and you will have the same entry, the same targets on all of them. If you notice today, this is a typical day on an ES. The ES, we've had an entry at 2263.50, and then the target was 2280. And this one here, those are your trailing stops. If you notice on the YM, we had a buy at 920, now a new signal, and now it's down 4 ticks. But already the NASDAQ is have a sell order, a sell signal, where the ES and the YM they are on the buy-in order. So this is giving you a pretty good idea how the market between the NASDAQ and the YM and the ES, how the market is mixed. And then to top it all, then we had the EMD also. It took a short trade that we can see on the market, how mixed from the market analyzer when they are not lining up together. We don't need to trade all of them, but when the NASDAQ is going one direction, the EMD is going another direction, and the ES going one direction and the YM going another direction, that will give you a pretty good idea how's this market. Now we have a new signal on the NASDAQ. You can see that it says buy, and that absolutely, when you see that, and now we have a new buying signal on the EMD, and this is a really you can use those ES, NASDAQ, YM, EMD if you are an EMD trader to line up, and we can take this one down if we want to, but we can line up when they are in the buying signals here. You don't need to be genius anymore. That does mean you have an entry on the NASDAQ without a doubt, because the ES is dominating right now, and the YM usually following. Used to be in the old days the NASDAQ follow, but now the NASDAQ is got his own mind. But this is now, you can see how, and this is for the DAX traders. A lot of DAX traders, they don't know that. The DAX is in one planet and the ES on a different planet, but believe it or not, they work together very fine. And for the DAX European traders, I've been covering that with a lot of Europeans lately, that you can predict from your trading panel, from the ES, you can predict the next movement on the DAX. So they all connected in a way by putting the market analyzer, even if you are trading one certain market, that will give you a pretty good idea how this market, if it's lining up or not. And that is very important when the NASDAQ going short on a new signal and the ES is going up, or there is a strong signal on the ES and a strong signal on the YM. I'm not sure that NASDAQ is gonna go ahead. As an example, if you go, there is a certain area where sometimes the market, the NASDAQ as an example, or any other market, will stay on hold until the ES break those levels. And this is very important for trading. Even if you claim that you are an auto trader and that is not of your business what happened, and this is wrong, because you have to know what's going on. It's not to just let the auto trade, take over. You have to be involved. You don't have to be a trader sitting 20 years behind the screen, but at least you have to know what's going on in the market and when things are lining up. And when, let's say, if we are taking a NASDAQ trade right now, I can see absolutely it's going to be a winning trade. Why? We had the new signal. The ES is in one direction, the YM in the same direction, and now there is a little pullback, but that pullback is not going to scare me anymore because now the NASDAQ and the EMD is going to the right direction without even looking at the charts, without even trying to get lost. And this is the most important in this business, where a lot of traders, they think is irrelevant to their type of a trade, and there is nothing is irrelevant in a trade-in. There is a high risk, and you have to understand the auto trade. How doesn't matter what auto trade you're taking, how that auto trade functioning and what direction is taken and when is getting out and based on what. An auto trade is not just an auto trade. We have one auto trade is going nailing a DAX. Now here we have a 175. Another auto trade is taking a different entry on it. I talked to one of the traders. He using the B scalpers on 233 ticks on a 30-year treasury bond, and he's on total different level with the B scalper on 233 tick. So everything it counts. It's not just we cannot simply, folks. And you hear a lot of noises on the net. Thanks God I don't go through the net, but you see a lot of noises. Ninja trader that can blame everybody, but the only one you can blame is you. You have to do your homework, and that business is about money. And if you don't do your homework, you will never make it. You will never make it, and you will never make it. I'm not trying to take your hope down, but the reality is there is a work. We can take the feeling away from our motion from the trading. That's fine, but you still have to manage your trade, even if those guys, especially those guys that just want to auto trade, and they don't even have the clue how to start a computer. It is very important to understand your basis. Not too many people want to say it the way it is, but this is how it is. And if you don't, you can brush what I'm saying, you can brush it off, but at the end of the day, it's your money and it's up to you, because in this business, the only time you're going to earn bread in it when you put your hard work on it. Even if you are a busy person, you still have to understand how things work. How is the rhythm? Where is the pressure in the market? And when the market is lining up, or if this market is getting mixed, and that it is, if you don't do that, you're wasting time. It doesn't matter where is the system coming from. On the Forex, it's the same. This is really funny. I've been watching those two, and usually they comes within range with each other. If we can see here, the total ticks right now in this future puzzle is 207, and now on the pips on the Forex is 136 pips. And then you have the British pound is doing very well, and the euro dollar, this is the only one. It is okay. It's 29 pips. We went south on this one here. I never traded that market anyway, but it's doing okay for a Friday. And also for the Forex traders, there is some market in the Forex, they line up with each other, like the same story on the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones EMD. When you put in those 3 to 4 together on it, and then when they are lining up, that can identify the trend, folks, without looking on any indicator that identify the trend. And then on top of that, if you keep your eye on the 30-year treasury bond, we just had an sell entry at 151.26. The treasury bond is going totally against the ES. If the ES is long, the 30-year treasury bond is short. So when we have the 30-year treasury bond is a new entry on a sell, and then we have the ES, and now we have on the NASDAQ. And I like to show that today before the target or before the market come into the NASDAQ trade. And you can see right now, pullback couple takes without even blinking, without even pulling up a chart. Now you can see we are up to 8 ticks in this video here. Why? It's lining up. You don't need a 20 million indicator on a chart, but you have to understand when the market is mixed and when the market is lining up. And if we can see right now, and look at this, is the way it's supposed to be. The DAX works in a way, in a parallel with an ES, mini DAX, EMD, YM, NASDAQ, ES, one direction. And then there we go. Those are the 3 are on the other direction. And that it is something, small things like this can make your life less miserable in this trading, and you start relying on yourself, stand wasting your time being negative, or because, you know, when somebody is losing money, he tried to pinpoint somebody else, but it is not. It's the Holy Grail. Doesn't matter whether you are using a Bass Pro Trade or another system, it doesn't matter. The Holy Grail is in you, it's not in the system, how to run that system. Here is the Forex. You can see right now we are getting a mixed market, but still 137, and now we are a little bit down. We are on 180 ticks. What is really funny today is the Visa Incorporation. The Visa Incorporation, we had a buy order at 81.52. That nailed 89 ticks, folks. You know, and then Nike, we had a buy, and now today is also 30. McDonald's, you know, this is 15, and this is for the stock traders, those here. Another things, there is, I spent years behind the stocks, and I can trade them without charts, but the best way, I mean, the stocks, you have to have a lot of money. Stock option, they are out of date because the rules regulation right now, and used to be good. But if I have a little money, and you need to spread out your stocks, and there is a lot of rules in there, but they are beautiful to trade the stocks, but if you don't have the right capital, it can be really, really slow, because not every market you're going to be buying in the stocks is going to be winner. And sometimes you hit a jackpot with a stock, but out of 10, even if you have 3 bad sour stocks in here, if you can come out with 7 winning, that will be very good. So you can, you know, spread out your eggs. Don't put heavy money on one stock, trying to spread out as much as you can, and have a lower risk. As an example, you can try to see, I don't want to go on the stocks, because there is a lot of tricks in the stocks where, like in our days, if we, on the computer, on the AMD was not as strong a stock as an Intel. And then if we wanted to buy Intel, stand buying, let's say 1,000 stock on an Intel back then, we bought 100 or 500 stocks on Intel. In the same time, we went short in the AMD. Those are the ones from your computer, the AMD and the Intel. So when you buy stock, the competitor is AMD. Then we short out the AMD because the AMD was not in the stock. I'm not talking about product. Then we cover ourselves. We're going short on an AMD and buying Intel 500, short 500 on the AMD. So if the market goes down, we can make money on the AMD, and when the market is going up, we can get rid of the Intels because they were more expensive. So in a way, the first rules for those stock traders, they try to waste a lot of times and do a lot of homework, and where is the support line. If I want to buy stock, let's say with McDonald's, I will try to find what is the competitors with McDonald's. If I want to buy Boeing, let's see what the Airbus are doing, you know, and or maybe some other firm. If I want to buy Apple, I want to see what Samsung is doing. So you can split those And there is some tricks. I'm not going to reveal it at the moment. So here's your A scalper. Today is the CL hit 2 rounds. The NASDAQ hit the daily target 500, and there is stayed on that last trade 590 on the YM. 30-year Treasury bond hit the target to the tick. This is the version 2 trading panel, and it will be sent out probably over the weekend to our traders. What I want to cover also, again, this is the 30-year Treasury bond on next generation, and without any setting, turn it off and on. And on the next generation, you can see how this market, is going up and down, and how the blue and the red is a very, very, very much very mixed market right now on the 30-year Treasury bond. But I mean, today now what is 2:21 Eastern time, so it is finished. We've been having that trade for a very long day, and we nailed it. We nailed it pretty well, and we still have 2 trades on that 30-year Treasury bond, but it did very well, and the last actually it's been on that trade all day long. Another thing is, I guess that will cover it all. I want to say wish you very, very pleasant weekend. As you notice right now, we have the signal on the Aussie dollar here, and look how on the NASDAQ right now. Look on the NASDAQ, we're still up, and it goes slowly right under your eyes and start climbing. I want to say wish you a very nice weekend, and God bless all. And see you all next week in the webinar. We have a lot to cover. Thank you. Bye.